Thank you for returning Lady Bolton safely. Now, dismount and kneel before me. Surrender your army, and proclaim me the true Lord of Winterfell and Warden of the North. I will pardon you for deserting the Night's Watch. I will pardon these treasonous lords for betraying my house. Come, bastard. You don't have the men, you don't have the horses, and you don't have Winterfell. Why lead those poor souls into slaughter? There's no need for a battle. Get off your horse.
Keep those weapons clean, men.
You're all fine-looking men. My dogs are desperate to meet you. I haven't fed them for 7 days. They're ravenous.
What's up guys, Pertobro here, infamous brother to Megabro. Going to provide you a brief overview for a mod that I found very interesting and compelling. It's for Attila Total War. I've gotten away from the Total War series for a while. I got a little, let's just say I played way too much Total War, got tired of it for a while, had to get kind of purged, so to speak, and now I'm back. I'm going to start doing some tutorials and playthroughs of Total War because I've missed it obviously. But this first video here we're going to provide you is the 7 Kingdoms Total War mod for Attila Total War, and essentially what it does is it brings to you the option for custom battles or multiplayer battles associated with the Game of Thrones series. So as you can see here, we've got up to 9, so I was only able to get 8, but there is the 9th, which is the Stormlands, which I'll show you in a moment. You can choose from any one of these realms or kingdoms to play as. So first that we have pulled up here is the northern free folk beyond the wall, and as you can see, the detail of the characters is just amazing. So you'll see on the battlefield in a moment how much these caricatures actually look like the actors from the Game of Thrones series, which is phenomenal. I don't know how they did it, but it's great. And then you obviously have the individual units you would typically have associated with the Game of Thrones Total War mod. Notice we have the free folk. You got the Thanes here for the Thens for the free folk. If we were to go to the north, we have the Hornwood banners with Lawrence Snow. We got the Boltons with Ramsay and Roose Bolton. You got the Glovers with the Robert Glover. Karstarks with Harold, and then obviously Rickard. The Mormonts with Mage Mormont. I'm a big Mormont fan. Starks, so we got Robert, Eddard, Jon Snow, and Davos Seaworth, which is interesting that he put him under the Starks, since he was really until, really towards the very end of the Song of Ice and Fire series, part of the Stormlands. But we got the Umbers here, so we've got John Umber and Small Joey Umber and his retinues. So I'll show all these on the battlefield in a moment. Here is the Vale, so we've got obviously Jon Royce, my apologies, with all this here. And the Riverlands, so the Brackens, the Freys, with the Waldor Frey, the Tullys with the Blackfish, and Edmure. And by the way, so one of the things they did with this mod is that each realm, I always say realm, each kingdom or paramount, they have their own unique strengths and weaknesses. So for example, the Vale has the strongest Calvary in the game. If you compare their statistics, their Calvary statistics to that of the other paramounts Calvary, they have the strongest. The Iron Islands here has the strongest infantry, because as you can see, they have no cavalry. And so each, and then the the north has the stronger defense, so they can kind of withhold attacks much better than the rest of the paramounts. So each paramount has their own unique strengths and weaknesses associated with them. It's not as drastic as maybe you might find in you know, standard vanilla Total War games or whatnot, but there are some differences between each one, which I think gives it a bit of flavor. You know, you're not just playing with a different banner, you've actually got some different strategies you can partake in when playing it. So we've got Theon here, Euron, and Yara. Here's the Westerlands, so you can play as Tywin, Kevin, or Jaime Lannister. Here's your options here. Here's the Reach, so the Tarleys and the Tyrells, with Loras or Mace Tyrell, along with Randall Tyrell. Here are the Dorns. So the Dorns have better archers, I believe, than the remainder of their... Either that or horse archers. I think maybe their Lancers are the best. Yeah, so they got a lot of horse archers. Let me pull up these Stormlands for you. So you can play as the Baratheons or Dragonstone. So Dragonstone, you're probably going to lead by Davos. And Stannis would lead the Baratheons. And you also have Renly, that's right. So you can pick who you want to play as, Renly or Stannis. And that's about it for as far as your options for which kingdom, or yeah, which paramount or kingdom or whatever you want to call it, play as. And then obviously you have the typical options you would normally have for a battle. So let me now take you over to the battlefield and show you how it looks on the battlefield. Okay, so I just generated a quick map here, quick custom battle, and put a bunch of units in the battlefield so you can kind of see what they look like on the battlefield. So you can see here we've got Mace Tyrell, who is the commander of the Reach army. And as you can see here, I put the Reach and the Westerlands together, which I think is very appropriate. And here's the Calvary. My hope with doing this was there'd be a fat cavalry charge between a bunch of cavalry. I didn't really quite get that in this one, but nevertheless, it's good for demonstrative purposes to kind of show you what they look like. So here you can see the nice little banner. Let me give you the shields right here that they obviously will equip in the event that they get rid of the lances. Then we have over here, we've got the Lannisters. So let's see, where's Jaime Lannister? Is right there. Looks very similar to the show, the actor who plays it. Very cool helmets and so forth. Whoever designed this did a fantabulous job with everything. So there's their banners, the kind of shields they use, and everything like that. So very cool. And then here's just the normal Knights of the Reach. So let me give it a better closer look. Very cool looking. Then we have the foot soldiers. So here we have the what is it, guys? Dismounted Knights, right? So they're broadsword and shield. So basically the knights without the horses. Hence probably why they're called Dismounted Knights. Like that intuition. You've got these guys with lots of really long lances, so the pikes. These are men-at-arms, which are a little bit different than your Dismounted Knights. Very cool looking. Again, I'm not going to show you all of the units available to you. I just wanted to give you a brief overview of some of the ones on the game, just to give you a taste for it, so that if you find it interesting, you can come explore yourself. I believe these are Dismounted Knights for the Lannisters. I think I put some men-at-arms here for you too. There you go, men-at-arms. I mean, phenomenal job with the artwork and everything. I love it. It's great. Okay, let's see. Anything else I want to show you before we go check out our guys? Here's the guys for the Tarleys. So I did put good old Randall Tarley on the battlefield so you can see him. Dude almost looks like a banshee or warlock or something. They don't have shields, which I find very interesting. I find it very surprising that a noble would put his very expensive cavalry on the battlefield without shields, but hey, what do I know? Here's Tywin Lannister. Oh, look at that. That's great. It looks just like him. Alright, so that is that side. So now I'm going to go show you the Riverlands and the Free Folk. Alright, so first we got Jon Snow tilting his head like he's a cocky badass. And as you can see, his retinue of Night's Watch soldiers with different faces, shields, everything. Very cool. Obviously, these guys look kind of similar, but really, you know, they did enough different looks here that you really feel like you have a very unique army of, you know, what is this, 150 guys. So that's very cool. Here, then you also have this is going to be the Free Peoples, and I want to say that's all right. So this is, where is Mance Raider? Here he is. There's your Mance Raider. Looks very much like him. Again, notice his Free Folk look very much like they do, like you would expect them to look. I grabbed, let's see here, here he is. Here's Tormund. If I saw him on the battlefield, I would probably run. He looks like he's just ready to just literally rip your larynx out. Kind of like he did to the Umbers. But let's see here, and then I want to say, here he is. Alright. And then Alistair. Alright, where you at, Alistair? Look at that. I hated Alistair. Such a douchebag. But there you go. Okay, so then let me just give you its flavor for the different units that the North and the Reach can put on here. Oh, and then obviously gotta have Jorah Mormont, one of my favorite characters in the books, who also just happens to be from Bear Island. I must have an affinity for the Bear Island folk. But okay, so here's first we got the Rangers, the Mounted Rangers. So these guys kind of look like, they very much look like what you would expect them to look like for Mounted Rangers. Fairly effective too, as far as charging. You consider them light infantry basically, but they do a pretty effective job. Then you have, let's see here, these guys are, I think, just your regular infantrymen. So here are your Dismounted Knights for the Tullys. Here are your Thens, which, yeah, you wouldn't want to come up against them, right, if you're on the other side, I don't think. You've got more Dismounted Knights, and then finally, like, you know, your Thens, and I kind of try to mix and match, but I don't want to belabor this too much, right? Here's your Calvary for the Tullys. And so forth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna simulate really quick here for you to see some battle scenes, and then I'll call it a wrap. But really, the purpose of this was just to put this on the map, right? If you weren't aware this mod was out there, just raise it to your attention, let you know it's out there. If you're interested, there is a download link in the description. I know they're constantly updating this, so it's going to be expanded. They're going to add the Targaryens, for example, and then add probably additional families and so forth to the various kingdoms or paramounts. But right now, you know, this is where we're at. This is 1 March 2017. So, all right. So here's your army. There's the infantry in the back. This is the Tullys cavalry. We're obviously on cinematic camera, which I love, by the way. It's so awesome to watch. Let me just give you an overview. Here we go. Tullys in the back, and here we go. Let's do this. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. Love it.
The enemy engages our ally. Do we help?
Wait for it. Wait for it. Here we go. Charge! On charge. Go, go, go! Where are we going? Are we going back this way? No, wrong way!
Our ambush troops have been detected.
There we go. Oh. Yeah, it was great AI. Love it, by the way. Let's run away from the Calvary so we don't charge into him. Let's slow-mo this down here. Oh, nice. Dominated. Oh, look at that spin move. Totally under... No, that was great. That was awesome. Look at that there. Oh, he ducked underneath it. Oh, he headbutted him. Love it. Look at that. Oh, this is so entertaining. Look at this, the pikemen in the background there. Oh, no. The valiant effort, my friend. But it failed. Let's go elsewhere. Check out other areas of the battle. Alright, so here's my Thanes engaging with the Lannisters. Boom! Man, just put a axe right in that dude's head. I don't have gore on, by the way, if you haven't realized, so you're not going to see a lot of blood and guts yet. This is more just to kind of give you a demonstration of what the battles kind of look like in this mod. So, let's see here. Watch this battle here. Man, love it. They're doing so much better than the Tullys. Stop it. Oof. Took him out. This thing's like, a horse! I haven't seen one of these before. This guy thinks he's sneaking up like he's super stealth. It's like, dude, you're super white, you're bald, and it's daylight. You're not sneaking up on anybody. Alright, so with that, hopefully you guys learned something. As always, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.